class 6. How are you all doing today? I hope all of you are fine. This is your DJ ma'am again. In the last video, we learned some of the topics related to the first chapter of geography, the Earth in the solar system. So what we learned in the last video? What are stars? What are celestial bodies? What are planets? What are constellations? What is a pole star? And what is a solar system? Now, I hope all of you remember what is a solar system. Now, let us go ahead with the complete explanation of the topic solar system. Now, as I said in the earlier video, that solar is related to sun. So, the sun, the planets, the asteroid and meteoroids form the solar system. As you can see, sun is at the center of the solar system. So, we can consider him as the head of the family. And around the sun, you can see there are different planets which are actually revolving around the sun in the fixed elongated path that we call orbit. Now, sun is a huge ball of fire and it is made up of gases. Sun provides the pulling force which actually bind all the members of the solar system. It is 150 million kilometers away from our Earth. That is why we can see the sun. It appears so big to us because it is quite closer to the Earth and we can get the heat and light from the sun. Now, the mass of the sun is 333,000 times than the Earth. Now, you can see the 8 planets. Now, let me give you a proverb by which you can easily remember the 8 planets. My very enthusiastic mother just served us noodles. My M for Mercury, V for Venus, E for Earth, M for Mars, J for Jupiter, S for Saturn, U for Uranus, and N for Neptune. So, what are the 8 planets? My very enthusiastic mother just served us noodles. My is M for Mercury, very V for Venus, enthusiastic E for Earth, mother M for Mars, just J for Jupiter, served S for Saturn, us U for Uranus, and noodles N for Neptune. So these are the 8 planets which revolve around the sun in their own orbit. Not only they revolve, they also rotate on their own axis. Now let us go ahead with the planets. So you can see the first planet, and which is the most closest planet, is Mercury. It is only 58 million kilometers away from the sun. And let me tell you, this is the hottest planet and the smallest planet. It completes its revolution around the Earth in 88 days. So you can see just 88 days. Very fast, isn't it? Now let us go ahead with the second planet. We can call this planet as also the Earth's twin. That is Venus. It is only 108 million kilometers away from the sun. Why it is called Earth's twin? Because it is very similar to shape, size and mass of the Earth. So we can call Venus as Earth twin. It takes 225 days to complete revolution around the sun. Now let us come to the planet Earth, which is our planet, right? Planet where we stay, our home. Now Earth is only 150 million kilometers away from the sun. It takes 365 and 1/4 days to complete revolution around the sun. Earth is the only planet where we can get the unique features where the life can sustain. Earth appears blue from the space because it is covered with 2/3 part of the Earth's surface is covered with water bodies. Now let us go ahead with the fourth planet. Fourth planet is Mars. Earth is the third planet. Now Mars is the second smallest planet. Mars, it appears as red, so we call it as a red planet. Mars is 228 million kilometers away from the sun, and it takes 687 days to complete one revolution. You can understand this double of the Earth, right? Now you can see there are certain like dots which I have drawn here. These are what? These are asteroid belts. We will go ahead with the definition of asteroid in the last part of the chapter. Now you can see these 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars and Earth. These are close, very close to the sun. We call these 4 planets Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars as the inner planets. We call them as the inner planets. And these planets are rocky in nature. They are closer to the sun and they are rocky in nature. Now beyond this asteroid belt, the 4 planets that we can see, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, all these are my outer planets. Let me tell you the outer planets. Which are the outer planets? Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These are the outer planets and they are very far away from the sun, and we can see the planets which are beyond the asteroid belt, far away from the sun, and they are gaseous in nature. So inner planets are rockier in nature and the outer planets are gaseous in nature. Now, so let us go ahead with Jupiter. You can see, so Jupiter is a planet which is actually 778 million kilometers away from the sun. It takes 12 years to complete revolution around the sun. Now let us move ahead with the next planet, the 6th planet, that is Saturn. This is the second largest planet. You can see a very unique thing in Saturn, that a ring, right? So in Saturn we can find this ring. Now what is this ring made up of? This ring is made up of ice, dust and rocks. Saturn is 1427 million kilometers away from the sun. And let me tell you, it takes 29 years and 5 months to revolve around the sun. Now let us move ahead with the 7th planet of our solar system, that is Uranus. And Uranus is located, that is how far it is from the sun? 2869 million kilometers away from the sun. It takes 84 years to revolve around the sun. The last planet of the solar system is Neptune. It is 4,496 million kilometers away from the sun, and it takes 165 years to complete revolution around the sun. Neptune is the coldest planet due to its proximity to the sun. The sun produces most of the heat that helps planets regulate their temperatures. Neptune is so far away from the sun that it does not get enough heat to melt the ice caps that form on the planet. So we can say that Neptune holds the title of the coldest planet within our solar system because it is the farthest planet from the sun. So you can see sun is the head of the family, and there are 8 planets like Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, which are located, some are located closer to the sun and some are located away from the sun. The one which are located closer to the sun, we call them as the inner planets, and they are rocky in nature, and the one who are located away from the sun, that is beyond the asteroid belt, are called the outer planets, and they are gaseous in nature. Now, as we have learned about the planets, we have learned about the Earth's twin. Which is the Earth's twin? Venus, which is the largest planet. Jupiter. Which planet have rings? Saturn. What are these rings made up of? Made up of ice, dust and rocks. Which is the planet, the second largest planet? Saturn is the second largest planet. Which is the smallest planet? Mercury is the smallest planet. So I hope so you people understood the sun and the planets. Now let us move ahead to a very important planet which is now not regarded as a planet, but once it was actually called a planet. I hope so you people have heard from your parents that there are actually 9 planets in our solar system, but now only there are 8 planets. So which is the 9th planet? Pluto was the 9th planet, but now it is not considered as a planet. Why? Because it is much smaller in size and it is much smaller in mass, so it cannot be considered as a planet. We call Pluto as a dwarf planet. What we call Pluto as a dwarf planet. Pluto, Ceres, all this called as a dwarf planet. So now let us move ahead with our planet Earth. The Earth. This is the planet where we all live in. Earth is the 3rd planet of our solar system, and this is the 5th largest planet. We can see the shape of the Earth. It is sphere. We call it as geode. What is geode? I think you people can see if I'm going to draw Earth separately here also. What is the exact shape of the Earth? See, somewhat flat at the top. See, flat at the top. So we can say flattened at the top. That means flattened at the poles. Slightly flattened at the poles, and bulging. Bulging means fatty, somewhat fatty, bulging at the equator. So this shape is called geode, the true shape of the Earth. That is slightly flattened at the poles and bulging at the equator. Now the Earth appears blue, so we call it as a blue planet. If you will see pictures, satellite imaginaries of Earth, you will see it appears as a blue planet. Why? Because 2/3 surface of the Earth is covered with water bodies. That is why we call Earth as a blue planet. Now, Earth is the only planet. It is unique. Why? Because it has the favorable conditions which can actually help in the existence of human beings. Now, what are the favorable conditions? Let us go ahead with the favorable conditions. Favorable conditions. It has air. If there will be no air, from where we will get oxygen, and from where the plants will get carbon dioxide. So it has air, which is very important for the existence and survival of the human beings. It has water, the most important part of a human being. Without water, we cannot live. So it has water, which actually helps in the sustenance of human beings. It is neither too hot nor too cold. Why? Because it is located at 150, we can say that it is 150 million kilometer away from the sun. So that is why it is neither too hot. That means it's neither getting the direct rays of the sun, like very hot, neither it is too cold, neither is very far away from the sun. So we can live in. If it is very hot, obviously we people can't live, right? We will burn alive. And if it is very cold, then what will happen? Again, we will die, because we cannot live in a place where it is, the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. We cannot live, right? And the most important that we can see, what we can see here, presence of diverse life form. That means different kind of living beings can be found in the earth. So what are the favorable conditions? Why we call earth as a unique planet? We call earth as a unique planet because it has air, it has water, it is neither too hot nor too cold, and because of presence of diverse life forms. So we can call earth as a unique planet. So I hope so you understood sun, you understood the planets and our planet, the earth. Now in the next video we will go ahead with a very important topic, that is satellite of the earth. Which is the satellite of the earth? Moon. Moon is the only one natural satellite of the earth. So which is the natural satellite of the earth? Moon is a natural satellite of the earth. So in the next video we will go ahead with moon, the natural satellite of the earth, what are satellites, and other topics related to the chapter. So for today I am signing off. Go through the video, and if you have any query, please feel free to call me or to message me. Thank you.